Well, the Wisconsin Badgers pull out a 71-60 victory over Ohio State tonight. A good win for the Badgers. And in this one, I thought it was a different feel than the games before. Wisconsin's coming off two straight games where they dropped 80 plus, 83 against Iowa, 88 against Nebraska. But in this one, they won 71-60. It was a slow-paced game if you look at the amount of possessions. Wisconsin was still efficient. Averaged over 1.24 points per possession. Only had, I believe, 57 possessions. Ohio State, on the other hand, only about 1.07 points per possession. They end up losing by 11. Let's start, though, pregame. Badgers fans found out that Stephen Crowell has been battling an injury. He was out, or not out, but he was, questionable and out during the warm-up period with a brace on his left knee. Ended up apparently bumping his knee with another player in practice yesterday, but it seems like he's good to go. Greg Gard said he'll be fine. He wanted to play today. Crowell played 28 minutes in the game, but didn't look like his normal self. Was a little, he looked like he was a little banged up. Wasn't as physical as he'd normally be. Had a bit of a tougher battle with Felix Opara and the center battle. But the Badgers overall were still able to pull away. Defensively, I thought they played pretty well. I mean, in the first half, you end up going up 35-33. AJ Storr led the way with 15 first-half points. He was kind of the heartbeat for the Badgers offensively. Shot 7 of 11 in the first half for Wisconsin. End up giving them a 2-point lead. A nice late first half surge kind of led them to the way. And then in the second half, Max Klesmit was the answer. He had 18 points all in the second half, and he went on a 10-0 run by himself for the Badgers. That was an important stretch where, it was pretty much Ohio State clogging back into the lead. And then Max Klesmit took over. The Badgers had a nice 6-point lead going into a timeout. Klesmit scored 2 more after that, and the Badgers kind of never looked back, ended up winning this one by 11. This is their 5th straight victory. Wisconsin remains undefeated in conference play, but overall they're finding different ways to win. This one was more of a defensive battle. Not only did Klesmit score 18 points, but he held leading scorer Jamison Battle to just 4 points after the Battle had 14 in the first half. He only had 4 points on 5 shots in the second half. A good defensive performance as well from Klesmit. Overall, this Badgers team, though, they're rolling right now. They're feeling good. You still got to figure a couple of things out. I think you can get into a little more of a rhythm offensively. Didn't get as many free throws as they usually do in this game. That was probably the deciding factor overall as to why they didn't score as many points. But you're hoping Crowell, that's the number one thing. He can get a little more healthier. Once he gets more healthier, more effective, you do expect an uptick in both areas for the Badgers, offensively and defensively. Nonetheless, I thought that this is a good Ohio State team coming into this game. I think that they can make a push to be in the top half and maybe even in the top quarter of the Big Ten, top 4 maybe even in the Big Ten. We'll see how they end up going. A tough game for their guards today. They shot 10 of 30. Bruce Thornton and Roddy Gale, combined. Only shot 10 of 30. We'll see how they end up going. But the Badgers right now, they're looking real good. They've got a matchup against Northwestern at the Kohl Center on Saturday. Stay tuned for our coverage. We got you guys covered today, tomorrow, up until that game. So stay tuned on Bucky's 5th Quarter, and we appreciate all of the support.